missing someone.
So it is week 3 of, not 10. It's week 3 of my writing adventure, and I have a big goal this week. I am going to try to write 10,000 words this week. So that will bring my total to 20,000 words. 20,030, but who's counting? So it's a lot. It's going to take a lot of work, but I don't have work this week. It's our summer break. Last week I said I still needed to map out the house. I think that's the first thing I'm going to do today, is actually sit down and draw the layout of the house so that it's consistent and I don't have to worry about fixing all of that in the second draft. Now that I'm at 10,000 words, I think this is the time when it starts becoming difficult and people stop working on drafts, first drafts. I talked about this in another video, but there's a certain point in the book that becomes difficult for me and I lose that momentum. So I really want to try to set goals for myself and then hold myself accountable. And how I'm doing this is I'm posting these videos. I don't want to like randomly stop posting videos and be one of those people that like can't follow through with things. So that motivation is going to push me to keep writing. As time goes on, the desire to be an author grows more and more. I think there was a certain point of my life where I knew I wanted to be an author, but I didn't feel ready. Like I knew I wasn't ready. And I think a lot of that is you just have to experience life first. It's obvious when an author has experienced life and knows what he or she is talking about. And I needed those life experiences before I could really, like I knew how to write. I was a good writer, but I didn't have those experiences to back up the writing. So now that I feel like I'm in a place where I have those experiences, I feel like it's really like getting done. It's so crazy thinking about just like 5 years ago. 2013 was when I first completed a novel. It's crazy that was only 4 years ago, and I've done so much in that time and I feel ready. So I'm gonna use this momentum to my advantage and I am going to get it done. So I have 3 pages drawn out of what the house looks like. Oh, 4 pages. So there are 3 levels and then I drew an outside view, just what the front of the house looks like. So there's the main floor, upstairs, and then the basement, and then there's also an attic area. I haven't 100% decided what's gonna happen up there, but I know that something is going to. So I have 2,000 words. So I have 2,000 words to write today. It's already, oh, what time is it? It's already 5 o'clock. I cannot believe it. I got some Starbucks and I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna go write. Say hi. Say hi. I think you're better at YouTube than I am. Do you need your own channel? I'm just kidding. You do not need your own channel. Okay, I'm gonna get writing. So it's Wednesday. The week is not over, but a lot has happened and I don't think I'm going to make it to 20,000 words. I'm kind of upset I even said that. I should have known it was too big of a goal to begin with. I thought because I didn't have to go to work this week that I could use that extra time to write, and it turned out that it's like the universe watched my last video. I feel like everything is coming together and they were like, you think you have it all together. And so I worked really hard this week to get back to that balance. It required a lot of like organization and money and so it's been kind of rough. It feels like Friday to me because this is my boyfriend's 3rd shift of the week, so he'll be off the rest of the week. So hopefully he'll let me go write some. You just love this. How are you so much better than me? I haven't written yet today. I didn't write at all yesterday. I wrote the day before, but not very much. So I'm gonna force myself to get back into it because if I don't, I'm afraid that I'm gonna keep making excuses and not write. So I'm gonna keep writing. Yeah. Yeah. What was that? So I'm gonna get him situated. What do you want to do? Probably destroy things. Stop. No. Can I have a hug? Oh. Oh, that's so nice. I wrote 575 words, which is not bad compared to yesterday, I guess. So hopefully when you see me next, I will have written more. I will have more than 11,000 words. We'll see. Say bye. Say bye. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm home alone, have some coffee, doing the laundry, and I'm getting some writing done. Obviously, this week isn't going as planned, but I'm really appreciating this day so far. So I'm someone, I'm sure a lot of you can relate, but I'm someone who needs to be alone sometimes to recharge. If I'm around people, I get really drained really quickly. And although I love talking to people and I love like doing things, I need more alone time than the average person. And that's something that I grew up thinking was wrong. I guess it was always implied in my family, in the society I grew up in, that being alone is bad. It's like, you don't want to be a hermit, you don't want to cut yourself off from anyone, it's rude to be alone when like people are over. Eventually I learned that like I need to be alone for a little bit or else I'm literally gonna get sick. Like I literally get sick if I'm around people for too long. And that's something that I just learned to start doing, is building in time where I can be alone, I can read or write or do whatever just to recharge. And so that's what I'm doing now. That's what today is about. I'm getting stuff done around the house, but that also helps like my mindset, and I'm writing since that's something that's been neglected this week. And while we're on the topic of introverts, 3 years ago around this time I went to Europe for the first time. I went with my sisters and we went to England and France. I studied French all throughout high school and college, so I was really excited to go to France. And then my sister was studying abroad in England at the time, so we went to Leeds and London and a couple other places. But I'm so glad that I got that done, because as an introvert, as a person who needs like to be alone, and I like my room, I like my space, it's hard to push myself to do things. And it wasn't until I started pushing myself that I was able to write. Before then I could write, yeah, obviously I could write. Sitting down and working on a book was difficult. It didn't feel genuine because I hadn't had those experiences yet. And I think that good writers need to be good thinkers, good observers. They need to be able to look at a situation and understand like the undertones of it, human nature, human interactions, how people speak, how people feel, how people think. And to do that, you have to experience life. And for different people, that means different experiences. But for me personally, that meant pushing myself, doing things I might not normally do, going places I might have been stressed out to go before. That was the furthest from home that I'd ever been, but it had been a dream of mine for so long. I'm so happy I did it, like before I had a kid and things became even more complicated. And I still want to go back so badly and go to different countries, but I'm glad I got that done. I'm glad I had that experience, and I did things that, would have normally scared me. That sounds kind of ridiculous, but I'm sure there are some people out there who can relate. So like I was saying, this all relates to writing because you have to live to write genuinely. I'm gonna try to keep this video shorter than the last two because it can't be 18 minutes again. Just, I feel bad putting that out there, and I need it to be shorter. So this might be the last day, but if it's the last day, I have to up my word count so it doesn't look ridiculous. So I'm gonna go write, and then I will be back with an update soon. So I've written 1,102 words so far. I'm freaking myself out because I'm writing kind of a paranormal scene, and I'm like hearing stuff in my house, and it's, 3:30. I think I'm still figuring out what type of book this is going to be. As I'm writing it, it's kind of changing. I have the most fun when I just let myself go and write and don't worry too much about like everything making sense. So I'm almost at 12,000 words. it is not the 20,000 words that I wanted to get to. That high of a goal caused me to fail like from the start because I was instantly overwhelmed by it. I thought since I'd written like 5,000 words the week before, I could double it when, you know, that's stupid. So next week I'm probably gonna focus on maybe another 5,000. I think if I would have stuck with that goal, I would have had a better chance of reaching it. I don't know what I'll reach before I post this video, but I will put the word count at the end like I've been doing. But overall, I do think I'll be able to finish the first draft by the end of August, which is my real goal. Like, my weekly goals are things I would like to get done. My set goal is like by the end of August, I need to be done with the first draft. I haven't forgotten about my last book. I just have people reading it and that makes me nervous, so I don't like to think about that. But you know, I see myself improving with every book. So even if, like, I hope something happens with this previous book I wrote, but if it ends up not getting picked up, then I will survive because I know that everything I write is causing me to become a better writer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video is gonna be shorter because I know it's probably boring to watch 18 minutes of me rambling, but I am gonna get back to it. Have a great weekend and I will see you again in my next video.